Good evening, everybody, and welcome into the Buckeye Racing Network. This is going to be round 9 of the Spring Rush at Weedsport Speedway. In the booth tonight, I'm Tyler Bentley. Alongside me, as always, is Tim Henderson. Tim, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing just wonderful. How about yourself, buddy?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic. We're here with the A to Z Veterans Woodworking 360 Sprint Car Division for Reigel Promotions Esports. Practice session's just about to wrap up, and we're going to roll right into Victory Fuel qualifying here to see who sets quick time tonight. Victory Fuel qualifying at every 24 Spring Rush event is presented by Victory Fuel. Victory Fuel has no caffeine, contains low sugar, and is loaded with vitamins to support overall health as well as keeping you hydrated and energized. Use the code RPE-Sports-Victory today to receive a 10% discount at checkout on www.drinkvictory.com. See 5 minutes going up on the board. Some of these drivers are already heading out. I think Ty Williams is one of the first drivers to head onto the racetrack in the 01 machine. Let's see what sort of lap time he's able to post up here on lap number 1. Ian Humphreys, Caden Berry, Robert Puckett, Flying Fred, Blake Warner, and James Rooney also all on the racetrack. Ty Williams comes across lap 1 at a 13:86. Ian Humphreys, first lap not going to count. Caden Berry just went to the top of the board, a 13:74 for him. Ty Williams best that with a 13:57. Check out Caden as he comes across the line once more to best even that at a 13:29. Flying Fred, just ran a 13:65. Let's see what sort of lap time Matt Grimm is able to put up here in the number 91 machine. Bradley Cox just put up a 13:44. Gavin Chatham, 13:46 for him. That comes around this time and runs a 13:72. Out of turn 4, ran the bottom that time. Let's see what he does here. Wasn't able to pick up on that lap, so still 9th quick for Matt. Bowen Smith, that's a new name here in the series this week as far as I'm aware. So he's out on the racetrack right now. The number 12 machine on the screen. It shows 8 in our timing and scoring. Across the line, up to 5th for Bowen at a 13:46. Completes that lap. See if he was able to pick up any. No, wasn't able to pick up any. Going to be credited with 5th. Oh, I didn't see anybody else out on the racetrack. Doesn't look like it. Here, so that might do it for the qualifying session. Just a couple minutes left. I want to tell you all about Assassin's Designs. Would you like your own in real life or custom dirt scheme for your iRacing leagues or hosted lobbies? Get with Assassin's Designs to get set up. Visit them on Facebook or message them on Discord at Assassin's Designs. And also, there's discounted prices if you want more than one car. Our presenting sponsor, A to Z Veterans Woodworking. They're based in Clarksville, Tennessee. A to Z Veterans Woodworking helps people enjoy a special piece of art they helped create. Check them out on Facebook for any of your woodworking needs. That's been the presenting sponsor all season long in the 360 Sprint Car Division. Well, Tim, coming into tonight, what are your thoughts so far at Weedsport? Any surprises on the timing board here in the qualifying session?
The only surprise is the weather. That's all. That's about all I have.
All right. Well, nothing wrong with that. Caden Berry looks like he's going to be coming away with our quick time here. And he's going to have the pole here in the first heat of the night. So we take a look at the starting grid here. Row number 1 is going to be Caden Berry and Bradley Cox. Row 2 is going to be Bowen Smith and Ty Williams. Row number 3 is going to be Ian Humphreys and Blake Warner. Row 4 is going to be Ricky Thompson and Bud Molyneux. And row 5 is going to have one car. That's going to be Robert Puckett.
This will be the first of 2 heats.
The first of 2 heats. All right. I know we had not a huge car count tonight, so everybody will be able to run in the feature. There'll be a warm-up session before we get into that feature, but for sure 2 heat races coming up. The first of 2 is on the grid right now. Before we go green, I do want to take a minute to talk about the B-Main sponsor this year. I know we're not going to have a B-Main tonight because of the car count, but Admin Box has sponsored the B-Main in the 2024 Spring Rush so far. Admin Box is built by iRacers for iRacers with the goal of making race control as easy as possible. Use the code RPE-sports-box to save 10% when you order with Admin Box. Visit www.adminbox.com/pound/ to see how they can help you today. You race fans out there, let us know in the chat who you're pulling for here tonight. Bud Molyneux looks like he's not going to make the call in the first heat, so 8 cars going to do battle for 8 laps. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you know every time we go live here on the Buckeye Racing Network, and that like button always helps the channel out, and it's greatly appreciated. Two by two, the field works down the back straightaway. The pace truck is going to peel off this time. Caden Berry steps on the gas, and we are underway in heat number 1. He's going to take the bottom line through 1 and 2. Bradley Cox is going to be on the outside. Third place is going to be Bowen Smith, following Caden Berry on the bottom. What a run for Bradley Cox around the outside, taking the race lead into turn number 1 and 2. Let's see what he can do out of 2. Looks like Caden Berry is going to move up and follow him now. They come by and complete the second lap. Interesting turn 1 and 2 here at Weedsport. These drivers have to navigate that all night long. Blake Warner in the 21 machine rounds out the top 5. Ian Humphreys right on his tail tank as they work through turns 1 and 2. Bradley Cox wheeling her around the outside. Caden Berry out on his tail. Caden Berry just ran the fastest lap of any car in this heat race up to this point. That time around, Bradley Cox traded for him there, so first and second pulling away from Bowen Smith here in third. Ty Williams still in fourth. Blake Warner, Ian Humphreys fifth and sixth. Caden Berry maybe thought about running the inside line there. Bradley's got to be careful. He's up over the cushion right next to the wall. White flag goes in the air. Does Caden Berry have anything for Bradley down the back straightaway? It doesn't look like it. Bradley's going to run the outside like he's done all heat long, and to the line, takes the checkered flag, wins heat 1. Caden Berry second, Bowen Smith third, Blake Warner fourth, Ian Humphreys fifth. I think Ty Williams might have had a bit of an issue. He comes across the line in 8th. I'm assuming, Tim, that's what you were referring to with the wow.
No, the leader. I was surprised he kept it off the wall. It looked like he was going straight to the wall, but it looked like it grabbed last second and just launched out of the turn.
That it did. He had something figured out up there on the top side. Heat number 2's taking the grid now. Row number 1 is going to be Diego Alvarado and Gavin Chatham. Row 2 is going to be Kyle Vaughn and James Rooney. Row number 3 is going to be Flying Fred and Matt Grimm. Row number 4 is going to have one car, and that's going to be Austin Motley. Mookie MC says his money is on Grimm tonight. Also got a note, we got some Caden Berry fans out in the chat as well. So it looks like Matt Grimm and Caden Berry may be the favorites here tonight. We come across the line. Lights go out on the pace truck. Tim Henderson bring us to green this time.
Diego's going to lead the field through 3 and 4. Pace car is off, I believe. I can't see it. Diego launches, gets a great launch. May have almost kind of overcorrected from hitting that wall. Kind of lost a little bit of time that he had gained on the launch. Gavin settles in second. Kyle Vaughn in third. We have a battle for fourth between James Rooney and Flying Fred. And you might as well throw Matt Grimm into that mix.
Yeah, it looks like
all back for fourth.
Oh, contact.
Contact.
Matt Grimm, Flying Fred's going to battle him back on the inside here in 3 and 4, but Grimm's going to prevail with the run on the outside. He sets his sights on James Rooney. Back up front's all Diego Alvarado. Kyle Vaughn on the inside of Gavin Chatham. Big slider by Matt Grimm on James Rooney. He moves up to fourth now. And he just set the fastest lap of this heat that last time around. Oh my, be careful, Kyle Vaughn in the outside wall. He touches Grimm. All 3 cars come to a sliding halt on the front straightaway. No yellow flags unless absolutely necessary in the heat races, so we will stay green. Already 2 laps to go for Diego. Gavin's in second. Flying Fred now finds himself in third. James Rooney fourth, Austin Motley fifth, Kyle Vaughn sixth, and Matt Grimm in seventh. White flag goes in the air one more time around for Diego. As the field stretched itself out here in the second heat. Checkered flag in the air. Diego Alvarado wins heat number 2. Gavin Chatham second. Flying Fred's going to bring it home third. James Rooney fourth. Kyle Vaughn fifth. Austin Motley sixth. And Matt Grimm across the line in seventh. Well, Tim, I will tell you, I think Matt Grimm had something for Diego there in that heat, but unfortunately those cars kind of got tangled up and spun to the bottom part of the racetrack there. So
yeah, it's a tough exit out of 4. I think the whole track is tricky, but I think the toughest part of the track is turn 3 and 4. It really sets up, you know, getting down into 1. That wall comes on you, comes up extremely fast. Not saying that turn 1 and 2 isn't difficult as well.
right.
The whole track is difficult.
It's, you know, these drivers got to be very meticulous as they get around Weedsport here. And like you said, the corners definitely, you know, set up these runs and the laps in general. Some of the times already rolling in here. Caden Berry, fastest so far in the warm-up at a 14:04. Bowen Smith at a 14:08. Gavin Chatham at a 14:09. Kyle Vaughn at a 14:12. So Bradley Cox just ran a 14:05, so he pops up in the second here in the warm-up. Just got word from the admins, all this warm-up will be ran, so we got another 2 3/4 minutes here to let these drivers run some more of the racetrack in. And Tim, we're coming up on that oh so important question.
You beat me to it again. I was getting ready to say it, but I was waiting.
Who you got your money on here tonight, Tim?
Hey, you know, I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna steal your pick here, but we'll see. I'm gonna keep my eye on Matt Grimm.
I think that'll be one to keep an eye on. You know, he had a little bit of an issue there in the heat race. He's going to start towards the back of this feature event coming up. So I think we're going to see him move through the field. And I do like that pick. I don't know. I don't think I can really consider an underdog. Diego Alvarado, every time he runs with the series, seems like he runs very well and won that second heat race. I'm going to pick him as my driver to watch tonight. It'd be interesting to see, you know, if the top line really gets any slick and if anybody's able to make the bottom work. It looked like Caden Berry was willing to try it, but the top just had a lot more speed, so everybody kind of migrated up there. Tell you what, Bowen Smith ran a fast lap at a 13:85 not too long ago. Keep an eye on that. Bradley Cox also a sub 14-second lap time at a 13:90. Mookie MC, you can't help feel confident about a person named Grimm. So it looks like we got at least two people pulling for Matt Grimm here tonight. Of course, we've seen the fans in the chat for Caden Berry. He always has great support here in these events. Our starting lineup here for the A main. Row number one, remember these top six are inverted. The row number one is going to be Flying Fred and Bowen Smith. Row two is going to be Gavin Chatham and Caden Berry. Row number three is going to be Diego Alvarado and Bradley Cox. Row four is going to be Blake Warner and James Rooney. Row five is going to be Ian Humphreys and Kyle Vaughn. Row six is going to be Ricky Thompson and Austin Motley. Row number seven is going to be Robert Puckett and Matt Grimm. Row number eight is going to be Ty Williams and Bud Molyneux. Great starting spot for Flying Fred and Bowen Smith here in row number one. Looks like Blake Warner and Bud Molyneux's not going to make the call here to start the feature, so 14 cars for 30 laps. As Flying Fred is going to be in control here for the initial start of the race. Remember, we seen Bowen Smith put up a really fast warm-up time, so we'll keep an eye on him. Pace truck peels off. Green flag goes in the air, and we're ready to rock and roll at Weedsport for 30 laps. Battle was on for second. Caden Berry, I think, may have tapped the wall through 1 and 2. That time he bobbles a little bit, loses just a little bit of ground. Gavin Chatham on the inside of Flying Fred for the race lead out of turn number 2. He's going to complete that pass into turn 3. Bradley Cox coming through with a head of steam. Couple of cars up over the cushion. There, I think Flying Fred got the worst of that as he's going to find himself back to 7th after that transition. The new top 3, Gavin Chatham, Bradley Cox, Caden Berry, all on the inside. Diego Alvarado trying to follow them through. He's in 4th. Ian Humphreys finds himself in 5th, up 4 spots already. Quick check back with the driver Tim's watching. Matt Grimm finds himself up into 9th, battling for 9th as it is out of turn number 4 this time. Ty Williams right on his outside. Our top 3 is still single file. Really, it's single file to the back to the battle to where Matt Grimm is, as he's on the inside of Flying Fred for 8th. Ty Williams going to try to follow him through out of turn number 2. Contact just ahead between James Rooney and Kyle Vaughn.
Oh, Bradley Cox hits the inside wall in turn 1. Allows Caden Berry to slip right underneath him.
Oh my goodness.
May have had the same thing happen to him.
I tell you,
this time it was Caden Berry.
I thought the top side had all the speed, Tim, but these drivers are fighting like we're racing at Bristol or Martinsville back in the 90s for the bottom part of the racetrack. It's quite incredible. Even our race leader, Gavin Chatham's running the bottom. He's built up over a second lap advantage back to Bradley Cox and Caden Berry. Diego's still comfortably in 4th with a gap behind. Ian Humphreys and Matt Grimm is side by side. And the yellow flag comes out. First one of the night, 9 laps in. Let's take a look at what happened. I think it happened back here with Austin Motley and Robert Puckett. Here they are down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Robert Puckett just spins the car around. It comes to a stop in between turns 1 and 2 and had to tow the car, and I think Austin Motley hit the outside wall. He was able to gather it back in. We're going to head into the pit lane for some repair.
Yeah, going back to what you were saying, you thought the outside was going to prevail. I'm going to have to say.
Boy, have I been proved wrong tonight, Tim. I'll tell you what. I was not expecting the bottom to be where the speed was at for this feature, but
I thought that these guys would find speed up top, but I've been here quite a few times. Only about 30 minutes away from this track. I've seen them run the bottom the whole way around quite a bit. I've seen the middle be used, and their speed up top is just a fine line.
That it is.
Every time I come here, it's always the bottom. I don't know what it is. I don't know if everyone's just most comfortable down there, or that's where the true speed is.
I think that might be where the true speed is. Gavin is going to be in control on the restart. He does fire late. As field, Bradley Cox into the outside wall up high, but He's still got the momentum up. Caden Berry's battling him on the inside. Cox in big trouble. That's going to stack up Diego. Oh my goodness, parking lot on the front straightaway here at Weedsport. My, oh my. And I think all of that started with the 45 not getting through the corner. And I tell you, Kyle Vaughn got big damage on that race car. Let's go back and see if we can decipher that as best we can. We know Bradley Cox missed getting into turn 3. As you see that car bouncing off of the outside wall here. The 24 of Diego's trying to avoid him. Ian Humphreys was already on his inside. Those two make contact. Diego makes contact with Bradley. Those two hit the wall. And everybody else is just trying to squeak past. Kyle Vaughn, Flying Fred, James Rooney getting some damage there. Austin Motley as well. Rooney almost on his lid. So quite a few cars involved there.
I'll tell you what, if we have enough time, you have to go check out the onboard of Ricky Thompson.
Ricky Thompson, let's go check out the onboard. All right. That's probably not the best onboard. We can, let's see if we...
I think the nose camera might be the best to describe this.
I was going to see if I can find... Exactly.
Or you can go into the cockpit camera. Oh, we're live anyways. I apologize, folks.
I was trying to decipher it just to give the folks a little view of what exactly happened. But the green flag is back in the air here. And quick yellow. As I think Ricky Thompson may have had an issue.
Yeah, I believe he had a little bit of help in 1 and 2.
I would say so. The 45 was trying to make moves on the inside. He hit Austin Motley. Motley hit the tail tank of the 35 machine, and that's what brought this yellow out. Unfortunately. Sorry, folks. We were trying to get a view of the wreck, and I think commentators curse there as, uh-oh, what happened with Gavin? He came to a stop on the back straightaway right there, and Caden Berry plowed right into him. We'll get another, I think we're going to get another view of this. You're going to see they were waiting on the pace truck, and Caden Berry just ran right into the back of the 99. I don't know. I think there was miscommunication there between those two drivers, but the front wing is off of the number 12 machine. Caden had to take that car down the pit lane to get the front wing repaired. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, as he's going to be at the tail of the field here.
He's got a little over half the race to work his way back up there.
Robert Puckett and Bowen Smith has both retired, but the car's on the hauler for the night, so they're going to be credited 13th and 14th, and Blake Warner and Bud Molyneux did not make the call. So still 12 cars here running as of right now. Gavin Chatham, Ian Humphreys, Ty Williams, your top 3. And Ty Williams, what a story so far for him. He's going to be up 12 spots from his starting spot, and he is hungry for more. Pace truck is off. Green flag goes back in the air, and we're back underway. And like we said, Tim said to keep an eye on Matt Grimm. He's up to 4th. Yellow flag back in the air. Uh-oh.
Like Ricky Thompson again, maybe?
I'm trying to keep an eye on it. Ricky Thompson and Caden Berry was side by side, and they made contact. Caden Berry with some more damage there on that restart. Man. I think, you know, maybe from what I see, they were kind of unsure towards the tail of the field of who was coming and going, and there was a lot of space, and then when the green flag does come out, you're allowed to go, and the 35 was kind of hesitant, and Caden was just trying to get around the outside, and it didn't agree with the 35 there, so. We should get another single file restart here, because we've had consecutive yellows, so we'll try it once more. I think maybe, Tim, some of that was just to do with how it was kind of that accordion effect on the restart.
Yeah, it happens, especially in these single file restarts. You want to know what? Take a look at our third place runner right now, Ty Williams. He is up a little over 10 spots.
Yeah, 12 to be exact. 15th to 3rd so far. Let's see what he's able to do here in the final 18 laps. Has the green flag. It's back out, and we're back underway. Pardon me. First three, all single file. I think the first battle is going to be Austin Motley and Diego Alvarado. And oh my, 3 wide, just a little further back. Caden Berry is looking to pass, Rooney and Kyle Vaughn. Be careful, the 35 of Ricky Thompson had to get on the binders to keep from hitting Caden Berry there. But Caden's going to be looking to make up some spots as Diego is going to try to get around the outside of Austin Motley.
3 wide for second.
Yeah, Matt Grimm on the inside. He's going to prevail for now. Ty Williams going to try to follow him. Ian Humphreys on the outside. Gavin's trying to gap them all. He's up to a second advantage as of right now. Matt Grimm's going to clear Ian Humphreys for second. Ty Williams is going to try to follow Matt through on the inside. Side by side just behind them, Austin Motley and Diego Alvarado battling for a position inside the top 5. Caden Berry, update on him, he's back to 8th after restarting in 12th. Grimm has moved up to the outside. Ty Williams still working the bottom. Gavin's just trying to be as smooth as he can as he comes across the line. Just 11 laps remaining here tonight. Matt and Ty Williams are top 3. Ian Humphreys up 5 spots into 4th here. Caden Berry's looking underneath the Flying Fred for 7th. Is he going to be able to complete that pass here out of turn 2? Looks like he is. So Caden Berry moves up another spot to 7th. Tell you what, Gavin has been really smooth these past couple of laps and has a 1.5 second advantage with just 8 laps to go. Quite a big advantage between 4th and 5th. Flying Fred gives the bumper to Austin Motley there into turn 3. Caden Berry had to check up big time to keep from running into both of them.
Oh, wow. Kyle Vaughn, extremely close to that inside wall out of 4.
Side by side, James Rooney and Diego Alvarado. As Alvarado falls back to 10th, James is going to move up to 9th. Side by side, Flying Fred, Austin Motley. Here, who's going to prevail? Is it going to be Fred on the inside? I don't know. They're going to be side by side. That's going to allow Caden Berry into the mix. Let's go back up and check in with our race leader.
Oh.
Uh-oh, James Rooney is going to bring out the yellow flag here in the closing laps.
The last thing Gavin wanted to see was that yellow flag.
Yeah, he did not want to see it. I tell you, James, I'm not sure what really happened there. He entered turn 1 so much faster than Kyle Vaughn. I think Kyle got into the wall. Or that car, yeah, I think he got under the wall a little bit. James was carrying so much more momentum. Look how fast he closed in, made contact with Kyle. That sent James around and up into the outside wall in turn 1, making contact with it as well. And excuse me, Gavin did not want to see that at all, like you said, Tim.
What can the rest of this field do? Yeah. I wanna see what Matt Grimm, Ty Williams, Ian Humphreys, Austin Motley. I wonder if any of those 4 can make something happen in 4 laps time.
It'll be interesting to see. Gavin was so smooth on the bottom while he had the advantage over the rest of the field. We know Matt Grimm and Ty Williams are also good down on the inside. Ian Humphreys going to restart in 4th. Austin Motley 5th. Flying Fred 6th. Caden Berry in 7th. Kyle Vaughn 8th. Diego Alvarado 9th. Ricky Thompson 10th. And James Rooney still in the pits. Gavin waits. Finally goes late. Green flag goes back in the air. Just 3 laps to go. Uh-oh, Austin Motley into the wall. That's going to cause chaos in 1 and 2. Kyle Vaughn, Flying Fred, a part of it, but the green flag is still in the air. And they throw the yellow.
Oh, man. Matt Grimm had a run going into 1, I think, if that yellow doesn't come out.
Again, I think that was just the accordion. You see Austin Motley there, the 27, hits the wall on the inside. Flying Fred tries to check up to miss him. Barry gets around the outside. Motley clips the right rear of Kyle Vaughn. Ricky Thompson makes contact with Motley. Fred makes contact with Vaughn, so at least 4 cars involved in that. They were able to straighten it out, but it took a moment, and I think the admins just wanted to throw the yellow just for safety of the leader since we are in the closing laps here. And they want to see a good finish at the end of this thing. I believe we'll get the 1 to go this time. And now we're going to at least get 1 more. Now the lights do finally go out on the pace truck. So Gavin's going to have at least 1 more restart here. Matt Grimm, Ty Williams rounds out the podium. On the bottom, Times to restart out. Great advantage into turn one for Gavin. Matt's going to go up to the cushion, try to get the run out of turn two. Ty Williams is going to stay on the bottom. White flag goes in the air for Gavin, and Matt Grimm with the run out of turn number four on the outside. Gavin's got to run the bottom here really well.
He got up in the fluff. I think Matt Grimm lost the momentum.
To the line, Gavin Chatham's going to win here at Weedsport. Matt Grimm is just going to nudge ahead of Ty Williams for second. Williams going to get credited with third. Caden Berry makes it back up to fourth here tonight. Ian Humphrey's going to get credited with fifth. My, oh my, that was a tense moment for Gavin, but he was able to...
Where did Caden come from?
He was seventh. I think he just made some heroics on those final couple of laps here to make it back up to the front. But here we'll get a final check of those results. Gavin Chatham, Matt Grimm, and Ty Williams, your top three. Caden Berry did come home fourth. Ian Humphreys fifth. Kyle Vaughn in sixth. Austin Motley seventh. Diego Alvarado in eighth. Ninth's going to go to Ricky Thompson. 10th to James Rooney. 11th to Flying Fred. 12th to Bradley Cox. 13th to Robert Puckett. 14th to Bowen Smith. 15th to Blake Warner. And 16th is going to go to Bud Molyneux. I'll tell you what. Well, we've talked to Matt Grimm a few times, but we are going to get to talk, I believe, to Ty Williams for the first time and Gavin Chatham. Ty Williams is ready to go, so we'll start out with him.
Pucker up.
Hey, Ty, it's Tyler and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. You bring that car home in third. You had a great run in the feature. You was running the bottom and the top. And those closing laps, you think you could have done anything different to get up there to Gavin?
I kind of found something in the middle a little bit too late. And obviously, me and Matt there pulled him in pretty hard. And I feel like if I had a couple more laps, I had a chance at him.
Absolutely. And also to mention, up 12 spots from your starting spot, so passed quite a few cars here tonight in the feature. How was that?
Oh, yeah. I kind of did the old wraparound step on it in the heat race and spun out and sat there and said, well, all we can do is go forward from here, be in the last car. And next thing you know, I see myself in third, and I'm like, uh-oh, we're up here now. I guess we're going to go for the win.
Absolutely. It sure looked like a lot of fun out there. Tim, you have anything to ask Ty?
Yeah, how was the car today?
The car was pretty good. In the qualifying, it was tight, and then like as we went on in the heat and stuff, it was pretty good. It freed up, and in the feature as track slickened, and I just inched the wing back. It was pretty good. Wasn't bad. Was too tight. Wasn't too loose. You really had to pedal it in some areas when you hit slick, but I feel like the track started taking a little rubber in some areas, and it just hooked up.
Well, before we let you go, Ty, who would you like to thank?
Oh yeah, I'd like to thank everybody at 3PG Sim Sports and all that. I haven't quite got the paint switched over yet, but I'd like to thank everybody there. Justin, Troy, Max, for giving me like amazing ride offer. And if anyone wants to go check out Reigel's league, it's pretty fun. And 3PG runs about the same league, and I really like Andrew, and Andrew puts on a great show.
All right, man. Well, congratulations finishing third here tonight. We'll let you celebrate it.
Thank you.
Now we'll move on and get a word in with Mr. Matt Grimm. Hey, Matt, it's Tyler and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
All right, man. Well, you bring that car home in second, and another great run for you, up 12 spots from your starting spot here tonight. Had to pass a lot of cars in the feature. How'd it feel?
Oh, I felt good passing everybody on the bottom there, coming up through. I mean, I wish I didn't have to be back there. Kind of messed up qualifying something terrible, and then got unlucky in the heat race, and kind of put myself in a bad position to start off. I don't know. I don't know if we would have started up front. Maybe I'd have had a chance at winning or what. All the cautions kind of made the night really hard. You'd find something and then you'd kind of lose your rhythm. And Gavin's always quick when he gets out front from the beginning. So it was going to be a tough uphill battle from the start. So can't complain with second.
Yeah, absolutely. Tim, you have anything to ask Matt?
Yeah, what was the track transition like after all you moved up 12 positions?
Yeah, I mean, not racing a lot kind of has me behind on everything. So I kind of just coming up through the field ran the opposite of what everyone was running and made the bottom work probably before anybody, maybe even Gavin. So I got to pass a lot of cars and kind of lost a couple on one of the starts, and then everybody I passed started running the bottom, so I had to search around a little bit and do some crazy things. But then those last couple starts, I found that top in 1 and 2 was working enough to get a run on Gavin, and I wish I wouldn't have messed up on that last lap coming out of 2 because I think I would have had a shot past him on the outside maybe, but I don't know. It was gonna be tough.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Matt, before we let you go, who would you like to thank?
Oh, just thanks to everybody who puts us on. You guys for doing the broadcast and the few people on my car.
All righty, man. Well, congratulations again on your second place run, and we'll let you celebrate it.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
All right, we'll move on to tonight's race winner, Gavin Chatham. Hey, Gavin, it's Tyler and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
I hear you guys.
All right, man. Well, you bring that thing home in first place here tonight. You had a great run all feature long. You ran the bottom line. It seemed like that worked for you. How about those late race restarts?
They make you nervous. I was just talking to Matt and Ty about that, and we had a pretty sizable lead there running the bottom, and I felt really good. But the bottom felt so good to me, and I was making good lap times that I didn't want to move around. And that's the unfortunate thing about being the leader is you can't really move around. You kind of have to watch and see what the racetrack's doing. But the bottom felt so good, I didn't want to move around. But they were saying that the middle was coming in there, and definitely at the when I had that lead and the caution came out, definitely gets you nervous, especially looking who's behind you. And then, but it like I was talking to them too. It's very tough. That one caution came out, and then the second caution came out real quick. And we had a 2-lap shootout. And it's very tough to pass with 2 laps to go. The leader definitely has a big advantage there, especially on the restart. And I felt like I got a good restart there. Was just able to hold the line. I was nervous, so I could hear Matt on my outside. I thought he was going to run the middle there at the end and pass me for the win, which would have been a bummer. But all in all, it was a good run for us.
Absolutely, it sure was. Tim, you have anything to ask Gavin?
Yeah, what was your car like today?
The car felt really good. It's just a lot of it's being patient, being on the throttle and not overstepping it, and making sure you get your wing angle right and everything. And there's definitely a few mistakes there. I definitely bobbled up and I think one of them restarts. I think Caden was underneath me there, and I think he was coming up a little bit, and I was coming down a little bit. And we kind of met in the middle there. Um, that was just racing deal, I think. But he's a tough competitor. He's always fast. So I was looking forward to racing him, but I think his car broke. But it's unfortunate for him. But that was like the 1 or 2 times I screwed up missing the bottom there, and that was one of them. But the car, other than that, the car felt really good. The car felt good rolling the bottom. Um, I really don't know what else I could have done there. Maybe run the middle there if it was coming in there, but I was so afraid to move. It just felt really good running there, and we were fast all night.
You sure were, Gavin. Before we let you go, who would you like to thank?
I just want to thank you guys for putting I want to thank you guys for putting on an awesome broadcast and everybody behind the league, all the sponsors and everybody that supports this league and puts it on. Well, we appreciate it. I just want to thank Chatham Motorsports, Mike Schick Motorsports Design, Velocity Race Design, Northeast Outlaw Motorsports, and Miller Time Motorsports. Thank you all the sponsors. I just want to thank the fans out there that come out and watch and support these races. I hope we put on a good show for y'all tonight. And I want to thank my fans as well for coming out and watching and supporting.
All right, Gavin. Well, again, congratulations on the win here tonight. We'll let you celebrate it.
All right, thank you guys. Have a good night.
You too. That was your race winner, Mr. Gavin Chatham. Well, as we bring the evening to a close here at Weedsport Speedway, any closing thoughts from you tonight, Tim?
Yeah, I love this track. Just love it. It's always the unexpected happens, I feel like, and not not to take anything away, but I'm glad there's a New York tracks up in the sim. There's only like 2 of them that I can think of.
Yeah, absolutely. And Weedsport did provide an awesome race for us here tonight on the Buckeye Racing Network. Well, upcoming here for the Regal Promotions Esports, next Monday night on May the 6th, they're going to be at Limaland Motorsports Park in the Wing 360 Sprint Cars. That's the next round of the Spring Rush, and it's going to be the final showcase event of the season, the CNA Handyman Services King of the Quarter Mile. And here's another kicker for all the drivers. It's going to pay $25 to the winner, and it's going to be a 35-lap feature event. On May the 20th, we're going to be at Eldora Speedway in the 360 Sprint Cars. And once again, the Spring Rush champion will be crowned at the world's greatest dirt track in a 40-lap double-point event. That's not all, though. The feature winner will have a guaranteed feature starting spot in the King's Clash on July the 16th. Also, unrelated to the Spring Rush, on Tuesday, May the 28th, Regal's going to go to Charlotte Motor Speedway and the NASCAR Xfinity Series for the Victory Fuel 125. That's going to be an 84-lap race and a minimum $40 top 5 payout based on percentages. You can register now for just $5 at regalpromotions.com. And like I mentioned just a moment ago about the King's Clash, that event's going to take place July 15th and 16th at the Eldora Speedway, the Sovereign Showdown on the 15th, and the King's Clash on the 16th. And at $200 to win that King's Clash event and $20 to start, you can register for that also at regalpromotions.com. Tomorrow night on the Buckeye Racing Network, we will be live with the Short Track Rivals Racing Fixed 358 Modified Division, and live with them once again on Thursday night in the Open Pro Late Model Division. Both of those events will be live at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. So again, join us for those events. And on Sunday night, we have the League of Outlaws is going to be back with us here on the Buckeye Racing Network. It's going to be their Spring Nationals event in the IMCA Style Modified Division. You can, if you're interested, you can register for that on their website. For Tim Henderson, I'm Tyler Bentley. We're going to sign off tonight. Good night.